everybody was praising Elon Musk and Tesla. I was looking at where Tesla was getting their batteries from, where they were getting their technology, because we don't produce anything in America. So it was a little bit odd for me, that this company Tesla all of a sudden had the technology to have electric vehicles in America. And so I looked into that, and this was the company that would provide batteries to Tesla, which is BYD, a Chinese EV company, right? Back in those days, they were just a battery company. And I remember when they decided to go into the EV business and build cars, as soon as they went public with their stock, I was buying, buying, buying. Um, but a lot of people were inflating Tesla stock, right? Kind of sort of like what they're doing now and getting scammed out of their 401ks with Elon Musk other company, SpaceX, right? And so while while everybody was buying Tesla, I was buying BYD, and I wasn't the only one. Warren Buffett was buying hundreds of millions of dollars worth of BYD, and that's when I knew I was on the right track. So yesterday I was at the international airport in Kansas City and saw that they had BYD buses, and I was shocked, right? So of course I Googled this. It's nowhere on the news. It's nowhere really around. I got this from their website, from BYD's website, and apparently they're starting to use buses, BYD electric buses in America, right? Which is kind of crazy, right? Because when you think about that, BYD isn't allowed to sell their vehicles here in America because it's projected that they would probably put most car companies out of business, if not all companies out of business. And so it's funny to see the buses because I remember investing into a company called Nikola, right? And I lost a lot of money because this was a company that was promising to build electric buses here in America, right? They towed this bus up a hill, and then they rode it down the hill and took videos of it. So they could scam investors like myself out of a lot of money, right? But now that I own BYD, it's kind of like justice for me, right? All those people that I've debated pretty much for decades since I was a kid, right? I remember telling people, you know, arguing, debating with people of what were we doing, sending all of our technology to China, and people arguing, saying that if they were CEOs, they would do the same, but they're not CEOs, and now we're in a situation where we're completely dependent on China, and BYD is a perfect example.